purpose. It has no body. It is a ghost. And being a ghost, it can't be put down. It survives. And we try to do all kinds of things, but mainly working with marginalized and less privileged people in the area of habitat design, environment, and things like that, architecture. And today we are going to discuss the work of what is come to be called the Mehrauli Collective. It is an attempt to look at Mehrauli in a way to try and find solutions for it's sort of, it's quite messy, the kind of urban mess within which this extraordinary rich history survives, or historical monuments at least survive. And our panelists today are the Yasmeen Arif, who's walking in, and who is at the Delhi School of Economics. She's a social scientist. Swapna Little, who's there, is a historian, who is now the convener of the Delhi chapter of INTAC. The Savyasaachi is at the Jamia Milia, another social scientist and anthropologist. Priyanka Jain is an urban planner, architect and urban planner, who's been working, and her specialization is in communications in planning, really. And I am an architect by training, and I do all kinds of things other than build buildings very often. I do build buildings also. But so I think we'll start. The idea is that we prepared a very short PowerPoint presentation which will simply kind of bring some of our notions to the forefront. And this is only 15 or 20 slides. How many is it? 12 slides only. So after that we can then have a discussion. Although we have a panel, and I will try and moderate, I suppose. So, but really the idea of these meetings is that we do have a kind of forum for discussion, rather than, this is not a lecture at all. It's never been. Okay, so I'll take my place and we can begin. I don't know whether any explanation is needed for this one. Yeah, it's working, thank you. I think the text, you try to keep it to a minimum, but our concern we went to Mehrauli, most of us know Mehrauli, I'm sure, because Mehrauli is really one of the oldest settlements, continuous settlement in Delhi. It's much older than Shahjahanabad, and so it's continuously settled for quite a long time. 12th century is records, but it's much older than that. So, and it has these wonderful bits of our history in terms of monuments, and yet it is a very active urban precinct with lots of people coming in and great variety. And some of our collective people were talking about trying to organize a festival there, and I said, but Mehrauli is like a festival in any case. But with all that, there is a problem of what you might say urban infrastructure, and the place is not clean. Not that Mehrauli is the only one like that. Most of Delhi is like that. Most of our cities are becoming that. But so we looked at urban renewal being a kind of very important issue, but because it is really a historically very rich place, so the sense of history was very important. And at the same time, we are involved as a group of people, as part of this collective, in trying to write a new history of architecture from an indigenous perspective. So these two interests have combined, urban renewal with a sense of history, and exploring the history of architecture from an indigenous perspective. The